ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Shout from the Heart. Just wanted to start off before we start off with the sports stuff. Let me move this laptop over here this way. Perfect. Now that we got that out of the way, I just wanted to thank a dear friend of my mom's who gave her some money to bless me and bless the family. I wanted to thank you. Spiritually, I wasn't really feeling it because my nerves was worked up about something that somebody said. It's the same thing that I probably harped on the show before, but I'm over that. I can't let that spiritually distract me because the Bible says cast your cares upon him, and I can't let that distract me or get me upset too much. So with that being said, you can catch this on my YouTube channel at Isaiah Pfeiffer. That's where you find all my music and everything. You can also catch this on TikTok when my mom is on and she's behind the camera monitoring the YouTube and TikTok. And Jahan Johnson, I want to start with your game last night, my man. Yeah, round of applause for that. You had a good game last night. Unfortunately, this is a team sport, and I feel bad for you. 33-10, but I will give you a bone. I'll throw you a bone here because you're my buddy, and you have supported me since day one from this podcast. You have nothing to be ashamed of, and the Saints have nothing to be ashamed of. You guys played your butts off. You're missing a couple pieces. I mean, you and Alvin Kamara cannot do it by yourselves. It's just, you guys can't do it all by yourself. It's like the game we had against the Buccaneers. Jalen can't do it by himself. Goddard can't do it by himself. It takes a whole team effort, team-rounded effort. So congratulations to you, but unfortunately, you guys didn't get the dub. Didn't expect y'all to get beat that bad, though. What you think, Mom? 33-10. That was.
Yeah, it didn't look good in the beginning. Before I didn't watch. I was going to watch it because you know how I feel about Sean Payton, but yeah, it didn't look like it was going to go well. Derek Carr not being there, just too many pieces. It just didn't, and I'm sure Sean Payton is wide open about it now, you know.
Well, John Johnson, if that makes you feel any better, the Yankees let me down last night. They let me down. Aaron Judge came through when it mattered the most, yes, but in the end, y'all got some good hitters, Cleveland. All power to you, and you're at home for the next 2 games, and then you're back in New York if the series goes the distance. I don't expect it to, but the way that they played last night, I could see it happening. I still see that the Yankees are going to win the series, though, and go to the World Series against the Dodgers,
I hope so.
Who have one more game to wrap up with our buddies from New York. But we'll see.
We'll see.
And then tonight, at around the same time, I'll be looking at my phone and I'll be looking at the TV. 1, because the Yankees play Game 4 tonight. And 2, I can't believe it's college basketball already. It's an exhibition game with Wake Forest going up against Alabama. And speaking of Wake Forest, we might lose out in football because we're facing a pretty good UConn team tomorrow. They're 4-2, we're 2-4. But I'll never sell a team short. I wouldn't say I've given up on this football season. I'm a realist. If your record is better than ours, then yeah, you're probably going to end up beating us just off a record alone. I never seen UConn play. Do you know anything about UConn, Mama?
Just their basketball. Never really much about that football team, so this is going to be interesting.
CBS Sports Network is holding that game at 12 o'clock. I will be at work, so I'll be listening. Like, I'll be listening. When I have free time, just kind of look over here on my phone and try to see it, and then listen while I'm dropping chicken, which is where I just came back from. Down here, we have something called the Greatest Homecoming on Earth. The acronym is GHO. Enough said about that, because I don't like that acronym, because if you take the G off of it, then you see where I'm going with it. But, I've been told that, it's just a tradition, and that's what HBCUs do. But I'm one of those people like my dad that thinks deeper into it, I don't condone the acronym, but down here, GHO's happening, and we were swamped.
Busy.
I think I got off of just 5 minutes late, later off the clock. So, but chicken had to be dropped. Everything had to be dropped, and I'm gonna run through these real quick, because I know I got questions. Because this is basically all I wanted to really do, is get through the picks and talk about what's going on tonight as far as sports. I usually have more guys, and I apologize, but this week has had a lot of political stuff going on. Like, I could talk about it, but I can't talk about it without getting into too depth into it, to politics and all that stuff. And I am not, and I don't mean the Kamala Harris early voting and Donald Trump early voting stuff. I mean, like, there's even some stuff in the music industry that I can't speak on and get too political on. So I'm just going to keep it simply for sports this week. And then next week, hopefully, we'll have a better week. Do I have any questions as of right now? Because I can get to a couple of them before I get started on these picks that I do.
Do you think the Saints would have won if all the pieces were there?
That must be Johnson asking that question.
Something camp or something.
Yes, because the Broncos are good. Don't get me wrong. Yes, they're good. They got Bo Nix, and for them to beat, because they didn't have all their pieces. You guys got to realize that was an even game for the Broncos and the Saints. They didn't have all their pieces. They didn't have Surtain on the defensive side of the ball, and so that was a big blow to them. So it could have went either way. All I know is I'm undefeated in Thursday Night Football when picking for the crossover sports show. I am still undefeated. This is week 7, so I am 7-0. I can't pick next week though, because I haven't used one of those teams, but the team that I really want to win, the Vikings, I've already used them earlier. And due to the pick 3 rules to try to get the playoffs on that show, you can only use them once. So, sorry. That means I'll just have to go on a bye for the Thursday. All right. Patriots and Jaguars. Let's go Jaguars, because the Patriots and Drake May, just like what's the girl's name, Mama, that we watched? Her, the
I don't know her.
What's her name?
The comedian. Well, she's not a comedian. She's like a sports guru or something. I love her. She does all the weeks for the NFL.
She be saying something about, you're just getting Drake May hurt.
Yeah.
And you're getting Drake May hurt. And I like Dougie P. His decisions with us were questionable, but I still like Dougie P. He did get me a Super Bowl way back when. So, yeah, we'll see how this goes. Dougie P, I'm rooting for you. Sunshine, as we like to call him. He came out of Clemson, Trevor Lawrence. Keep yourself healthy. You'll get through this game. I promise you. Seahawks and Falcons. Seahawks are just like the Saints in a way, where they're starting to fall off just a little bit. They started off undefeated, and then now they're starting to steadily decline. And now, all of a sudden, Kirk Cousins can play ball now in Atlanta.
Oh, he's doing the doggone thing, ain't he?
He could play with the Commanders earlier on when he started, because they did beat us and go to the playoffs. But he didn't do anything in the playoffs, but still. Never sell a team short. Never sell a team short. Falcons, and I think personally now, looking back on it, I think we underestimated the Falcons. The Buccaneers, yeah, we should have lost to them because they're just a little bit better team. They know how to play us. But as far as the Falcons, we just underestimated, minus all the bad coaching and all that stuff. Overall, I just look at that game as we underestimated them, and we got what we deserved. The Titans and the Bills. Bills are going to beat the Titans. Titans, Malik. I don't have any answers for you. I don't know what you want from me. I can't sit there and watch a full game with y'all without y'all self-destructing, okay? The Bengals and the Browns. The Bengals are going to win this game. They're going to bounce back, and they can do whatever they want to do up until next week at 1 o'clock, which got flexed from 4:25 to 1 o'clock. We'll talk about that more next week, but I'm just saying, hint, hint, do whatever you want to do this week. But come when you get to Cincinnati, there's some birds that's looking to fly all on you. So, just so you know, that's just to serve notice. Ooh, and this is going to be a good game. I might even tune into this game. Well, no, I can't because we play at the same time. The Texans and the Packers. That is a good game. And there's only one person that's picking the Texans from what I'm looking at. Everybody else is picking the Packers. That could go either way because I like both quarterbacks. I like C.J. Stroud. I need him to have a bounce back year from last year. The way that he went down in the playoffs, he didn't get injured or nothing. Just the way that he went down. When I say went down, he got eliminated. He was out.
Yeah.
The way that he went out, I don't necessarily agree with. I would love to see new teams, you know. I would love to see us, the Lions, you know, the Commanders even in the playoffs. I would love to see, you know, Texans again. And to be honest, the Texans could actually give Patrick Mahomes a run for their money.
Yeah. C.J. Stroud could.
I just looking off of it, you got to think about the defense. You got to think C.J. Stroud got Stephon Diggs. He's got Dalton Schultz.
Oh, look, you got a lot of people who are agreeing with you about CJ. Yeah, I think he could.
CJ's the man.
He's got a lot of confidence.
He's an MVP candidate this year, right? Do y'all agree? He's an MVP candidate this year. Because I'm not going to put Jalen Hurts right there. The interceptions just kind of... And I'm sorry, Jalen, but, I mean, you're my quarterback and you're part of my team. But I got to look at it from a realistic standpoint. C.J. Stroud, he's played clean games. You had one clean game so far. And then you got to look at all the other quarterbacks in the league. You know, Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott are tied for the most interceptions in the league right now. You got Patrick Mahomes, who's threw a few interceptions. You got Justin Fields out there. He probably threw a couple, if I'm not mistaken. So all these quarterbacks they haven't had a great season. We're 1 week away from it being to the midpoint to where we could start saying, okay, this team is a playoff team. This team is a pretender. They're not probably going to be in the playoffs. We're already at that point. So if you want me to sing your praises, quarterbacks, and this includes everyone outside of C.J. Stroud, including my quarterback, Jalen, you better play more clean games and don't turn the ball over. Go through your reads right, do everything. But I'm picking the Packers to win this one because ultimately Jordan Love got punched in the mouth by us in week 1, literally and figuratively. Not really. We didn't punch him in the mouth like that, but you get what I'm saying, figuratively. But the Dolphins and the Colts, and I'm not giving the Dolphins any fighting chance. You lost Tua. Why would I give you a fighting chance? And you had an opportunity with Tua to win games. And I just got word, breaking news earlier today, that Anthony Richardson is starting Sunday. So, yeah, you're pretty much done there. Vikings and Lions. Ugh. You know, with Aiden Hutchinson out, you got the Lions, they did sign somebody in his place. Got him in the trade deadline this week. But I don't think that's going to be enough. I think the Vikings are going to ride some momentum. They're undefeated anyway. I think they're going to continue that streak. And then, oh, okay, well, it's not a clean sweep. Somebody is picking the Giants to win against the Eagles. But I'm not. And I know Miss Julie will probably pick the Giants, but I'm not. You can already know what's gonna happen when we get to MetLife. Feed Saquon Barkley. This is not a revenge game. This is more so of a homecoming. Homecoming for Saquon and the Eagles. We're gonna win. Raiders and Rams. I got the Rams in this one. Mm-hmm. You lost Devontae Adams, and
he didn't want to be there, did he?
He didn't stay there long. Mm-mm. It's not looking too good because my friend Stats picked y'all to win the division, and you're in the same division with Kansas City, and I don't even know why he picked that, but anything can happen in football. But it seems like now in the midway point, we can actually start to say that's unrealistic. The Commanders and the Panthers.
Ooh, the
Commanders are going to win, but realistically, like I told my dad, I give you all props, Commanders. Hard-fought loss against Baltimore, but you guys are strong. You're not that strong, though. You guys are strong.
No. Them Commanders scare me, honey.
Commanders.
That what's that quarterback's name?
Jayden Daniels.
He ain't playing. He came to let folks know he here. So
that defense is suspect, though.
Yeah.
Giving away the ball too many times, and they got to tighten up. And to be honest, we've seen this before. I've seen this story before. I have been a part of the NFC East since birth. Okay? I've seen where the Commanders had tough losses and they started off hot. 1 to 2 losses. Okay. But then when they get to that tough loss, their confidence starts going a little... And this could be a trap game for them because the Panthers are actually starting to find themselves a little bit with Andy Dalton.
Hey, Evan.
So, hey, how's it going? So, finding the Panthers' groove a little bit here in this game, maybe. But, it's in Washington, so I don't know. We'll see. We have a Super Bowl rematch. Firmly grasp it this time, 49ers. You have the Chiefs and the 49ers. Now, the question would be, we lost during the Super Bowl, and then when we had to play them last year, the Chiefs and the Eagles, had it not been for that drop, we probably would have been talking about a different score, and we probably would have been talking about the Chiefs beating us. And we beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl rematch from last season. So, it could be a good omen for y'all 49ers.
Yeah.
You lose the Super Bowl, you break their undefeated streak. It seems like a WWE storyline here, The refs are not on your side because you're playing in San Fran.
Oh, yeah. That might be a twist.
Yeah, there's a plot twist. Everybody's saying it's scripted, so, maybe it could be a plot twist. Now, this is the dumbest decision ever that I've witnessed earlier this week. It is going around saying that Russell Wilson is starting. That's the dumbest decision ever because I love you, Russell. There's nothing against you. I have no problem with you. You guys in Pittsburgh don't know how to coach. Mike Tomlin, I love you. God bless you. But for you to make that decision to say, we're going to start Russell Wilson in a game against the Jets when you already got a hot hand in Justin Fields.
Well, let's play devil's advocate. Let's say his thinking is, I have a veteran who's can't come up against Aaron Rodgers before. He knows a little bit more about it, whereas Justin Fields kind of doesn't. He still needs to be developed. Let's look at it in that aspect. But Fields does have the hot hand. So I don't know what he's thinking.
Well, according to the NFL, the Jets are going to win this game.
Yeah.
According to the NFL, I'm looking at this, and I say that the Steelers are going to win this game, just off of record. And I'm going against the grain here. I know Russell. I still stand by it. It was a dumb decision. You know, for lack of a better word, it was a dumb decision.
If they get the back in the day Russell, oh yeah.
If I get the 2 back-to-back Super Bowl Russell,
oh
yes,
yeah,
fine.
That boy can
But
play.
then Justin Fields won't ever see the field again, so there's a two-edged sword to this. This is why I said it. But then again, I mean, you started Justin Fields all this time. Russell Wilson had to take a backseat to him. And he started doing good. The 3 losses, especially the one against the Cowboys, that shouldn't have happened, especially considering the fact that a week later, the Cowboys just got beat up. Beat down. Lick your wounds during the bye week. And that actually is a Sunday night football game. The Jets and the Steelers, which should be a good game. And then we got a doubleheader for Monday night. Should have a doubleheader, I believe. Yes. The Ravens and the Buccaneers. The Ravens are starting to find themselves. So, yes. The Ravens are going to win this game. They're going to win it. And we got the Chargers and the Cardinals ending out the week. Chargers, they're going to win this game. Just because John Harbaugh and Justin Herbert are a perfect pair. And now we get to the 33-10 loss, which I talked about a few minutes ago before we started all that. Johnson, God bless you. You did a good job, but it wasn't enough against Bo Nix and company, so I do apologize. I'm sorry, man. But you're my buddy still. You get them next time, though. You will get them next time. Now, I am taking questions. Yes.
Somebody said the Chiefs are going to lose.
The Chiefs will probably lose. Yes, they probably will.
If Patrick Mahomes goes down, how do you think the Chiefs' season will end?
Well, I tell you this, they're not going to three-peat. I don't even have them three-peating this year. And the reason why is because of the way that they've been playing. They've been playing sloppy. And it's going to catch up to them. I know it's Patrick Mahomes, and I know he's got all these weapons around him outside of Kelsey as well. But it's going to catch up to him. There will come a time where Patrick Mahomes will just be deemed as mortal and not this immortal guy that y'all seem to praise. And don't get me wrong, I like Patrick Mahomes, but it's starting to turn into a Tom Brady situation where I'm tired of seeing you in the Super Bowl every year, man. You got to give other people some credit, man. I got any more questions?
Nope.
All right. With that being said, God bless you all. I love you all, my fans, because without you all, this show wouldn't be what it is and what it's growing to become. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Isaiah Pfeiffer, and make sure you subscribe to Isaiah's mom on TikTok. That's where you can catch this podcast every Friday. And I'm already going to go ahead and throw it out there because we're already like a month away from it. You know? Black Friday. No podcast. Let me come back rejuvenated after Black Friday, and then y'all can have me as long as y'all want. Okay? Then, December. Like I told you, that's our last quarterly fasting and prayer revival. And so guess who comes back in December? Around that time, we have bowl games. We start getting the shape of the playoff picture. He'll be sitting right here. You know? It's my dad. Might talk about something else too, but at the rate that we're going, I think y'all appreciate us for just talking about football and how we're getting it done. So, yeah, we're gonna stick with it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I love you all. I appreciate you all. Thank you all for tuning in today, and love you. God bless you.